What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video. And in today's video, guys, on Duet and Abyss, we're going to be going over how you guys are going to be able to farm coins in the game. And this is going to be dependent on your trial EXP. I'm going to go over how you want to be farming it for the lower levels, for the higher levels, and then for the very end game trial rank 60 or higher levels. We're going to be going over everything that you'd want to do if you want to be farming gold in Duet and Abyss. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we're on the road to that 5k subscribers on the channel, guys. We recently hit that 4k and we've been grinding as well, man. So with out of the way, let's hop in and let's actually go over the modes in the game where you're going to be farming gold specifically depending on your trial EXP. So starting off, guys, with the first area you're going to be farming gold is going to be in excavation, and you can see here on the rewards on excavation, the here, I'll remove my camera so you guys can kind of see it, but the rewards here from excavation are not the craziest amount. Oh, I can actually just show it this way. They're not the craziest amount, but they do start to scale up the higher the waves you go. So if you go to, I think it's up to wave 5 on excavation, you actually get, you know, ramp up amount of gold, and it goes from about 20k all the way up to 40k. And the way you're actually able to increase this is by either using commission manuals or having a bro boxy on your team that's going to be increasing the loot drop and possibly doubling the effect at the very end. If you have a character that, or if you have a bro boxy with enough, you know, loot drop boost, then you might actually get a chance to actually be able to, you know, boost that drop. And so for excavation, guys, that's going to be the main way of getting gold in the early levels. In my opinion, you're going to be getting a lot from doing this. Now, you ideally want to match with other players because excavation on solo is a little bit annoying and it takes a little bit of time. So this is one of those things where if I was to recommend you to farm this, it would only be if you're in the early trial rank and you're really trying to, you know, have a way of actually getting a fairly good amount of gold and kind of just farming it out this way, especially if you have like a group where you could do it in matchmaking, or you could just, you know, kind of speed run through it with like a dedicated team. Right? So yeah, excavation, in my opinion, guys, is going to be the main source for like early game gold. This is where you're going to be able to farm it on some of these other stages here, and you're going to get a fairly good amount as you go through the levels of you know, excavation right there. Now the next way you're going to be actually getting it, guys, is from the chase game mode. Now for you guys that don't know, chase is more so going to be a end game kind of centered game mode. You guys can see here that for your guaranteed drop, you are going to be getting gold even on one of the lowest levels. I would honestly only suggest doing this, guys, if you've already done your weekly 3 out of 3 blueprint obtains. If you've already done them on the highest difficulty possible, you can maybe farm one of the lower difficulties on your own. I mean, if you do the level 51 right here, you get 70k gold to clear. Not only are you getting gold, though, you're also getting some of the other resources as well, like Luna Memento coins. You're also getting the Carmine Globule, and you're gonna need a lot of that in the late game. So honestly, chase, in my opinion, is actually like a fairly good spot to grind just in general for your account. But I would say you should probably wait till you have a character like Lady Nafil, or you know, at like I6, or if you have like a character like Lynn or Psyche that are very built and your team is centered around, you know, kind of speed running it, because then you'll actually be able to clear maybe the level 70 or level 80 difficulty with friends, and you can actually clear for getting 100 and it's about 120k gold at the very end, which is the amount you'll get, which is pretty crazy. Right here it says 112 guaranteed. I usually get about 120k gold per run on the level 80 chase stage. So yeah, these stages right here are going to be really good, more so for the fact that you're able to get not just gold, but like the Carmine Globule and then the Luna Memento. If you have someone that can carry you on level 80, honestly do that. If you guys tune into my streams on, you know, every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern, I can pretty much help carry you guys through chase stages as well, even at level 80. I have my Nafil I6, so I'm able to pretty much carry people through in about, you know, like 7-8 minutes. You get 120k gold, so that's pretty crazy too, right? Tune into the streams, make sure you're subbed and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on streams like that. But yeah, chase right there is a very good end game farm, and you can still do it even at lower levels. It's just very hard. That's why you would have someone carry you, and then you can actually get the rewards. Now, other than chase and the excavation, guys, the last place where you're going to be able to actually farm gold effectively in the late game is going to be in Mystic Maze. Now, the reason why Mystic Maze is so good for getting gold is because, especially when you're trial rank 60, you actually unlock a new difficulty of Mystic Maze that lets you boost the amount of trace points that you're going to be getting at the very end. So you have a bunch of debuffs here that you're going to be turning on, and with all these debuffs turned on, you get up to 300% boost on your trace points. So you're pretty much getting triple your drops on the very end where you would get your rewards. Now, in terms of the debuffs that I would do at trial rank 60, guys, I would do all the debuffs except the decreased enemy damage taken, because this one makes it so that the boss pretty much like stalls you out for another like 5 extra minutes. If you remove this, you will clear the boss in like maybe 2 minutes, which is a lot better than stalling there for like 7 minutes because you have that extra, you know, what is that, like 100% or 50% damage reduction at the beginning. Is just a little bit annoying. So I personally opt to go with the 270% trace points. And remember that when you do clear this, you're getting about 3k at base, but because we're getting about 270% boost on the drops, we're getting about 8,000 to 9,000 of you know, the Thread of Time material. And then when you go to the exchange shop here, it's gonna be 50 for 5,000. So if you have about 8k of the Thread of Fate material, you're gonna get about 800,000 of gold, which is really good, right? You get 800,000. And remember too, you do also have your weekly exchange for coins, which is gonna be even better. You get 10k from that, versus spending, you know, 50 for 5,000. So you obviously want to do that first. And then yeah, I mean, again, you have other resources, but I would definitely recommend grinding this specifically because you're going to be getting, you know, the most amount of gold at the late game. Now early game, I would suggest maybe if you do level 30 and you farm it very fast, because you get about 300 a run, which gets you about, you know, 30k gold. 300 a run right here is about 30k gold. If you can clear it very fast and you just disregard all the buffs, it could be a nice early game farm too if you just don't want to do excavation. If you don't have anyone that can do excavation with you, you could do level 1 in Mystic Maze. But in general, guys, Mystic Maze is going to be one of those things for end game players that they're going to be clearing the final stage, and that's where they're going to be able to stack up a bunch of gold in the end game. So yeah, in general, my recommendations again, guys, is go over them again. For the early game, you have two options. You have the excavation with co-op. In co-op, it's a lot faster. If you solo it, it's going to take a little bit of time, right? But you definitely can solo it. Again, it's one of those things where if you don't really have people to do it, you could maybe match make, and when you do it in matchmaking, it's still fairly good. So excavation is going to be from, you know, trial rank 1 all the way up to like 45 or whatever your lowest trial rank can be to actually do it. You'll be able to do excavation. That's where you're going to be able to farm gold for those types of players. Now for 55 to 60 and 60 above, I would actually suggest the chase game mode. Now if you're lower than that and you have friends that can carry you, by all means actually let them carry you on the highest difficulty, because 120k gold every, you know, like 7 to 8 minutes on average is actually very good, especially if you have a team that knows what they're doing. So chase is actually a very good game mode for that if you're trying to just not only get gold, but you're also trying to get the Carmine Globule and then Luno Memento coins. And then for the very end game, guys, for people that are trial rank 60 and above, I would actually recommend just farming Mystic Maze, because you can do the highest new level difficulty where you do the Abyss War depth, and that's where you're able to boost your amount that you get at the end of your actual clear by a fairly good margin, and that's going to allow you to exchange in the exchange shop for the rest of the gold that is available and get up to upwards of almost 1,000,000 gold a run. You get about 800k, 900k a run, which is still really good, like nothing to scoff at as well. So there you guys go, man. That is going to be all the methods in Duet and Abyss where you're going to be able to grind coins in the game. Again, you're going to have, you know, your early game farms, which is going to be like your excavation. You got your chase, which is going to be more so end game, but also like if you're like trial 55, you could definitely do it. And then also the very last, you know, Mystic Maze is going to be for trial rank 60 players or above, where you're going to be able to really, you know, farm a bunch of your gold and start stacking up on your account a bunch of the gold for anything that you're doing in the game. So that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and what I'll do is I'll make sure my editor puts gameplay on those parts where I'm kind of talking about the modes. But yeah, again, very, very straightforward in terms of gold in this game, guys. So once you do get to that end game, you'll be enjoying a lot of Mystic Maze, but before that, you do have chase and you do have excavation that you can definitely do. So that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.